What's up everyone, it's TGSF. Last time I made a video on Midnight Motorist, specifically the theory about it being about Andrew, where I said I disagreed about the theory Midnight Motorist is about Andrew. If you don't want to waste 2 minutes and 17 seconds of your life, I basically said Andrew was not created until at least UCN, as UCN is the game where his role is used, and UCN existence was actually luck. It'd be weird if he was created before that. So today I'll talk about the Midnight Motorist theory I do believe in. Gabriel Midnight Motorist. The theory Midnight Motorist is about Gabriel, the spirit possessing Freddy. The theory proposed as I said that Midnight Motorist show how Gabriel has been lured. This seem overly coherent with the others minigame as each of them show the story of a victim of William. Now some people may wonder why specifically Gabriel out of every other MCI are victims. So to start debunking each MCI, we know the runaway is a boy, eliminating Susie and Cassidy and leaving Jeremy, Fritz and Gabriel, and the main reason we leave the two others out of this is that Jeremy and Fritz are the least important, leaving only Gabriel. Al thought we will come back to Fritz later, but for now what advantage Gabriel is because while Freddy's role is often said by people, me included, to not be as important as it could have been for the main mascot and is relatively underused, he still has quite a role in the lore and he's like one of the most developed MCI children with Susie, starting with the simple fact he's the main mascot that appear every game in multiple form. In FNAF 2 he helped the puppet saving the DCI victim even though they fail. We also see his POV of him possessing Freddy for the first time. He has a whole story in Fright being near the band where he possessed Timmy. We see a recreation of William luring him in Pizza Party, and speaking of Pizza Party at one of the main evidence for Gabriel Midnight Motorist, because a lot of the event in it are similar to Midnight Motorist. You start the minigame in your bedroom on a rainy night, following the yellow rabbit, until you reach the back room of the pizzeria, where the rabbit tell you to come, then you wake up on stage as Freddy, you've been stuffed, so assuming Midnight Motorist is about Gabriel this is an extremely credible piece of evidence. I also think showing Gabriel's backstory has a reason to be shown, because I think out of all the soul in Molten Freddy, under Molten MCI, Gabriel is the main soul controlling Molten Freddy. The reason is, 1, for parallels reason, because if you noticed FNAF 6 antagonist are precisely every antagonist from the previous game. FNAF 2 is Puppet, who return as Lefty, FNAF 3 is Springtrap who return as Scraptrap, Sister Location is Baby who return as Scrap Baby. The only real exception is FNAF 4 but it can get a pass since it a dream, but also technically the antagonist of the minigame is Michael, who does return in FNAF 6 as the protagonist. FNAF 1 antagonist is Freddy and in FNAF 6 we have this Freddy possessed by every MCI soul, so to complete this parallels, it would make sense for the dominant soul to be the antagonist of FNAF 1, Freddy who return as Molten Freddy. Second reason is about the same reason to why I think Gabriel had an advantage on Gabriel Midnight Motorist. Fritz and Jeremy are largely the least important MCI victim, could be Susie due to how she's the most developed MCI victim, but I feel narratively it would make sense to be one of the spirit who controlled a bear and who is more on the leader side of the MCI, leaving only Gabriel and Cassidy. However Cassidy is more aware than the others and is even shown in the logbook to be chill with Mike after FNAF 1. Gabriel is a leader in the MCI after Golden Freddy and Puppet, and even his characterization in You're the Band and Save Them show him as this protective guy who want to protect his friends, which in a way kinda give him a form of dominance contrary to the other spirit. Last thing I wanted to come back to is another MCI who is suspected to be the runaway, the one I previously discarded, being Fritz. The theory that is rather about the soul inside Foxy. At first when I heard about Fritz theory, the best way I could describe it is, that one guy that come in a party he's not invited to, but after actually looking into it, it definitely can work. The evidence are that, the runaway ran away, running is Foxy's whole thing. Also Toy Chica the high school years episode 5 is the one that seemed to tell what happened in Midnight Motorist, and directly linked to the fourth victim, since episode 2 is about Susie, which make episode 3 about the second, 4 about the third, you get it, and a believed theory is that Gabriel is the third victim and Fritz the fourth because of Pizza Party, showing while Gabriel got lured Bonnie and Chica were already here when he died. However, a fact less noticed is that Foxy is also here in Pizza Party, making Gabriel the fourth victim and connecting him to the Windows story. Also if you wonder about Help Wanted to Order, I don't think it gave a correct order, because if we trust Help Wanted to Order, Puppet is the last to die after the MCI, even though she's stated to die in 1983 and the MCI is always stated to take place in 1985 except the movie where it take place even later in 1987, and according to this Jeremy is the fourth victim, Su Yan not as trustable. Fritz is also the one with Susie that has a special font, so yeah Fritz Midnight Motorist is a possibility, I just think Gabriel Midnight Motorist has better evidence and is much more giving in term of lore and character. I don't even wanna get into Afton Midnight Motorist, which if you noticed I've been dodging, and honestly it deserve its own video, but yeah, that about all I wanted to say. In summary, I think Midnight Motorist is about Gabriel, the soul inside Freddy. We get a recreation of Gabriel's POV of that night in Pizza Party of William luring him from his bedroom to the back room of the pizzeria on that rainy night. The reason Gabriel's death is expanded is because he is the main dominant soul controlling Molten Freddy, one of the main antagonists, and he's one of the most developed MCI victim because of You're the Band, Pizza Party and Save Them. That's it for this video. What do you think of Midnight Motorist? Let me know in the comment. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I post every Friday or Saturday, when I'm not lazy, and yeah, see you later.